This book literally changed my life. It is incredible. You must read it. If you are perfecting your English or just learning to speak English, you're going to want to read this book. This book changed my life. This is an amazing book. It's one of the most famous books in the world now. What are you saying? What does reading an English book really have to do with my English? Well, follow this video and I'll tell you. And I have an important bonus at the end for you. Now, last week I reviewed this book, which is just an incredible book for managers, people who mentor, people, coach, whatever you want to do. This book is all about coaching. Go back and watch this video. This is very good if you want to move up as a manager or executive and really help people in their careers. The coaching habit: say less, ask more, change the way you lead forever. So that's the book I reviewed last week. Have a look at that video. Now today, the book I'm reviewing is very famous. Maybe you've read it in your native language. Maybe you've read it in English. It's called Atomic Habits by James Clear. Tiny changes lead to remarkable results. What do you think this is about? Let's get into it. This literally can change your life. This may be the missing ingredient that you need to really perfect your business English, to get more fluent, increase your vocabulary, make a real change. I'm Teacher Burt. I've been coaching people in business English for the last 5 years, helping them get better jobs in the international business community. I've had hundreds of students, seen huge amounts of success. People have moved up to executive levels, doing things they thought they couldn't do before. Before that, I was in business for over 30 years. I used what I am teaching, what I'm coaching you in. I did this. I was in high-level positions and had to mentor people, had to lead, had to use my English every day. So let's get into talking about Atomic Habits. Why is this a good book for you? Well, if you want to perfect your English, you need to build some really good habits that are going to make you consistent. Doing things like picking up your phone, speaking into, assessing yourself, and then doing it again. Such a powerful habit to build your fluency. So let's talk about Atomic Habits. Why is this book so incredible? Why do I think it's so important for you to read this book? Essential. So this book is not just about personal improvement. It's really about building a life where small actions lead to massive success. It's a game changer for everybody, especially if you're working on your business English skills. So what's so great about Atomic Habits? I'm using all these superlatives to talk about it. Well, the magic of Atomic Habits is its simplicity and the power that's in this book. The book is about tiny changes or atomic habits that can lead you to extraordinary growth. Imagine you're taking one step every day to improve your English, just 1% each time. By the end of the year, you've gained so much momentum that your English skills, whether it's vocabulary, confidence in speaking, or expressing complex ideas in meetings, it's all changed. It's been transformed. Think, 1% a day is 300+% for the year. 3 times better than you were at the beginning. It's about making English practice easy, natural part of your daily routine. Think about all the things you have as habits. We have good habits and bad habits. We want to break the bad habits. We want to reinforce the good habits. So how do you get there? How do you get value from this book? The value is learning how to work with your own mind to make progress automatically. James Clear, the writer, explains that by setting up an environment that encourages success, you can overcome burdens like procrastination, fear of speaking, or struggling with motivation. As English learners, especially those in the business world, Many of us get caught up in wanting a quick result. But Atomic Habits shows us that the real power lies in gradual, consistent effort, something we can all apply to mastering business communication. Tell me in the comments, do you agree with this? What ideas do you have? Let me know if you've actually read this book. I read it once, and then I listened to the audio version when I was doing my treadmill every day. So motivational to get up in the morning, go out there to my garage, get on the treadmill and pump away for 35 minutes and listen to this man tell his stories. That's another thing about this book. You learn how to tell stories in English. So important. Hearing stories is what you remember, is what people remember. They don't remember us telling them things. When I read this book, I imagined all those things that he was talking about, all the things that he talked about people achieving from developing their habits and breaking those bad habits. So let's talk about some important parts of this book. One is the 1% rule. Small improvements lead to massive gains over time. For your business English, think about doing just a few minutes of shadowing or reading each day, or doing the exercise, the 2-minute exercise, where you pick up your phone and you speak in it for 2 minutes about something you just did, something about your family, something at work, and something you watched, something you read. Maybe you speak about Atomic Habits for a while. Share it with some of your friends. So you speak for 2 minutes, then you self-assess. Well, could I have pronounced that a little better? Could I have had some extra vocabulary? Did I make a grammar mistake? Were my ideas coherent? Were they organized? Did they make sense? Did they lead to a conclusion? And then do it one more time. I've had so many of my students do this, and they've seen incredible results in their fluency. But we have to do these things. Do it in the same place. Do it at the same time every day to build that habit. Just like having your breakfast, having the shower in the morning. And that is only about a 10 to 12 minute exercise that will transform your English. You can send me some your recordings. Just WhatsApp them to me. The other thing is habit stacking. This is about linking a new habit with an existing one. For example, you can practice a new phrase in English every time you make your morning coffee. This way, the language practice becomes part of your regular routine, not a big task. Just think about when you drive to work. You could be practicing a new phrase then, putting it in different sentences, thinking about the context you could use it. Just make sure you don't go off the road. Another thing is to identify change. One of the most powerful ideas in this book is to start seeing yourself as a confident English speaker. Instead of, I need to learn English, shift to, I am the kind of person who uses English to connect globally. Get to the point where you're not afraid to speak in meetings. Not speaking in meetings might be holding you back in your career. Or maybe you haven't even gotten that English-speaking job to earn a higher income. This book will help you get there. Reading this English every day is going to refresh your mind. Even try reading it out loud a little bit at times, just to perfect your pronunciation. Record yourself when you do it and listen to yourself. Are you getting the right pronunciation in that? And after you read it, you'll probably have to read it to yourself again, just so you understand what you're reading. Now, before I forget, consider doing my 10-question quiz in business English. This will give you a scorecard as to how prepared you are now to work with international companies, or if you're working in English, a roadmap to improving your English. Do this quiz, and I will commit to sending you a comprehensive report on where you are and how to get to your goal of being completely confident. I know you'll like the quiz. The other thing I do is a 10-week complete transformation of business English. It's very intensive. It's meant for people at medium to upper intermediate speaking levels or advanced speaking in general English, and gives you all the business English you need to instantly say what you need to say in meetings, make small talk, be confident, be able to get up and give your opinion, be able to disagree and Give logical, polite, professional reasons why you might disagree with somebody, while complimenting them a bit too. All these skills are in that program. But get to know me. Do the 10-question quiz. Get the report. Let's chat. We could have a 15, 20-minute chat on Zoom. Tell me about your English challenges, your goals, and we'll talk about how to get to where you need to be. So some more benefits about Atomic Habits. Again, I just want to show it to you so you'll be able to find the book if you want to. I really strongly suggest you read this book. So Atomic Habits will also help you develop powerful growth mindset.